2,000 miles, 3 states, 1 vehicle, and a full load of family, gear, and expectations. This week, we're putting the Expedition Tremor to the test. Not just where we go, but everything it takes to get there. We left Oklahoma City immediately after taking delivery of the vehicle, settling into that long first stretch of highway that defines every road trip. Hours behind the wheel, snacks everywhere, kids in the back. This is where comfort matters most. And the Expedition made it easy. Smooth ride, plenty of space. As we crossed into New Mexico, the scenery started to change, and the trip finally started to feel real. We rolled into Carlsbad after sunset and checked in to post time in. We booked it last minute thinking it looked like a cool boutique-style motel, but we were definitely wrong. The room was filthy, stains everywhere. Walls, carpet, even the sheets. The night manager was cool and tried helping us find another room, but they were all on the same standard. It was already after midnight and most of the nicer hotels were already booked up. We ended up just going ahead and getting some clean sheets. It was one of those stays where you just try to make it through the night. And honestly, I wouldn't recommend staying here. The next morning, we headed to Carlsbad Caverns. We decided to take the full hike down, walking the natural entrance all the way into the cave. And honestly, that descent alone is an experience. With every step, the light fades, the temperature drops, and you slowly realize just how massive this place really is. Inside, it doesn't even feel real. Towering stalactites, formations that took thousands of years to form, and massive open rooms that stretch farther than you expect. It's quiet, almost surreal, the kind of place that makes you slow down whether you want to or not. And the coolest part? Our 4-year-old handled the entire hike like an absolute champ. No complaints, just taking it all in, step by step. She even earned her National Park Ranger badge, which made the whole experience even more special. We were hoping to send a postcard from the bottom of the cave, but unfortunately that station was closed, so we ended up sending it from the visitor center instead. Still a cool memory, just not quite as deep underground as we planned. I just want to, ready to go out. Yep, thank you. Carlsbad Caverns is one of those places that sticks with you, not just because of how it looks, but because of how it makes you feel. After the caverns, we got back on the road heading toward Las Cruces. But before we made it there, we made a stop just outside El Paso. Red Sands. A wide open off-road area where you can really let a vehicle like this stretch its legs. We spent a little time out here doing some light off-roading, just enough to get a feel for how the Expedition Tremor handles in the sand. And honestly, it handled it better than you'd expect for a full-size SUV. From there, it was back to pavement, heading into Las Cruces. That mix of highway miles and off-road moments, that's what this trip was really about. We pulled into Las Cruces hungry and stopped at Andale's Doghouse. I had the chicken enchiladas, my wife went with the veggie quesadilla, and our daughter kept it simple with rice. The salsa bar lived up to the hype, and overall, it was easily one of our best meals of the trip. That night, we stayed at Hotel Encanto, and this place was a complete 180 from the night before. After Carlsbad, this was a true upgrade. The room was gorgeous, spacious, clean, and just really well put together. Everything felt fresh, well kept, and comfortable. It's one of those places where you instantly relax the second you walk in. The property itself is beautiful. Spanish-style architecture, warm tones, and a pool area that just gives off that resort feel. After being on the road all day, this was exactly what we needed. The next morning, we had breakfast in the lobby at the cantina, and the French toast was amazing. Simple, but done really well. And then, on the way out, we had one of those completely random travel moments. I ended up running into Michael Rooker. Definitely not something you expect checking out of a hotel in Las Cruces. Hotel Encanto was easily one of the best stays of the trip, a perfect reset before getting back on the road. Before leaving Las Cruces, I had to make one more important stop at Dion's. The Duke City Pizza, still just as good as I remember. Then we swung by NMSU for a quick visit, my alma mater. A lot of memories here. I even saw a university-owned Ford Maverick, so you know I had to get a shot of that. From there, we headed west into Arizona. This was one of the longer drives of the trip, but the expedition kept everything comfortable the entire way. And then somewhere along the way, we made a quick detour to stretch our legs and check out one of the strangest roadside attractions you'll ever see, The Thing. You'll see the billboards for miles leading up to it, and honestly, that's part of the experience. It's a mix of mystery, history, and just plain weird. Vintage cars, random facts, and a final reveal that leaves you with more questions than answers. It's not something you go out of your way for, but if you're already passing through, it's a fun stop to break up the drive. And that's kind of the beauty of road trips. Sometimes the most random stops end up being the most memorable. From there, it was back on the road, crossing into Arizona and continuing west. And once again, the expedition just made the miles disappear. After a long day on the road, we finally made it into Peoria and checked into Cibola Vista Resort late that evening. And even arriving tired, we could tell right away this place was going to be a good stop. Our place wasn't just a hotel room, it was a full vacation condo. We had a full kitchen, living room, separate sleeping space, and even our own washer and dryer. For a family road trip, that setup is a game changer. Being able to spread out, wash clothes, keep snacks stocked, and actually relax made this feel less like travel and more like living. After bouncing between hotels and long driving days, having this much space felt like a luxury. It gave us a chance to reset. Even though we got in late, we still had enough energy to hit the pool. And honestly, there's something special about a late night swim after a full travel day. That's when vacation officially starts. The next day, we got to enjoy more of what Cibola Vista offers. The resort feels like a desert retreat. Beautiful landscaping, walking paths, multiple pool areas, hot tubs, activity spaces, and plenty of places to unwind. It's the kind of place where you could easily spend several days without ever needing to leave. And for families, having that condo setup plus all the resort amenities makes it an easy win. But we still had exploring to do. So first stop was Fletcher Heights Park, a quiet neighborhood park, perfect for letting our 4-year-old run around and burn some energy. After spending the morning in Peoria, we headed into Scottsdale for lunch and found Carlsbad Tavern. And after starting this trip in Carlsbad, New Mexico, and exploring Carlsbad Caverns just a few days earlier, it felt like a fitting callback. Sometimes road trips do that. You keep moving forward, but little reminders from earlier stops keep showing up along the way. Then we stepped inside, and it made even more sense. The whole restaurant leans into a cave theme, trying to recreate the feel of Carlsbad Caverns. Dim lighting, cavern-style textures, and even bats hanging from the ceiling. It's quirky, fun, and definitely memorable. It's not trying to be modern or trendy. It fully commits to the theme, and that's what makes it work, especially after visiting the real caverns earlier in the trip. The menu leaned into bold Southwestern and New Mexican flavors with plenty of hearty options. The food was really good. Big portions, strong flavor, and exactly what we needed in the middle of a full day. Service was friendly and quick. Just one thing worth mentioning, keep an eye on the tab. They do try to sneak in a few upsell items without always clearly mentioning it. Nothing major, just something to be aware of. But overall, Carlsbad Tavern was a really fun stop. Good food, a unique atmosphere, and a surprisingly fitting reminder of where this trip began. After lunch, we headed to one of the coolest family spots of the entire trip, McCormick-Stillman Railroad Park. And this place was way more than just a playground. The park is built around a love for trains and rail history. The biggest draw is the Paradise and Pacific Railroad, a miniature train that loops through the park and gives kids that classic train ride experience. And once our 4-year-old saw it, that instantly became priority number 1. There's something timeless about kids riding a train. The excitement, waving at everyone, taking in every turn like it's the biggest adventure in the world. And honestly, seeing that kind of joy is what family trips are all about. Beyond the train rides, the playground areas here are fantastic. Large climbing structures, slides, room to run, and enough space that kids can just explore freely. It's one of those parks where they can burn energy for hours. But what really makes this place unique is how much railroad history is woven into everything. Historic rail cars, exhibits, displays, and details all throughout the park. So even adults have plenty to appreciate while the kids play. The grounds are beautiful too. Mature trees, open green spaces, walking paths, and a relaxed atmosphere that makes it easy to slow down and enjoy the day. It doesn't feel crowded or chaotic. It feels like one of those hidden gems locals are lucky to have. If you're traveling through Scottsdale with kids, this place is absolutely worth the stop. After a long day of exploring parks and eating good food, we headed back to our resort for one last swim and to catch some Z's before hitting the road again. We started day 5 with the scenic drive north to Sedona. And no matter how many times we make that drive, it never gets old. As the desert opens up and the red rock formations start appearing in the distance, you know you're getting close to somewhere special. Sedona has always been one of our favorite places to visit anytime we're in Arizona. There's just something about it. The views, the energy, the way the landscape doesn't even look real at times. It's one of those places that always feels worth coming back to. And with the expedition loaded up and another full day ahead, this felt like the perfect way to start day 5. Before hitting any trails or getting too far into the day, we already knew where lunch was going to be. Sedona Organic Taco Company. We ate here last year when visiting Sedona, and it was so good we knew we had to come back. This is one of those places that perfectly fits Sedona. Fresh ingredients, laid-back vibe, great flavors, and food that actually lives up to the setting. I went with the taco combo, 1 chicken chipotle taco and 1 carne asada taco, with rice and beans on the side. My wife had the magic school bus burrito, our daughter had rice and beans, and we all shared the nacho fries. Everything was excellent. The tacos were packed with flavor, the portions were solid, and you could tell the ingredients were fresh. The carne asada had great seasoning, the chicken chipotle brought a little kick, and the nacho fries disappeared fast. If you're visiting Sedona and want something casual, flavorful, and genuinely good, this place is an easy recommendation. Sedona Organic Taco Company definitely earned the repeat visit. After lunch, we took the Expedition Tremor up Schnebly Hill Road. This trail is rough in spots, narrow in places, and definitely not your average scenic drive. But if you're willing to take it on, the payoff is worth it. The views out here are incredible. Red rock cliffs, canyon drop-offs, endless scenery in every direction. It's one of the best ways to experience Sedona beyond the main roads. My wife isn't always the biggest fan of trails like this, but she always pushes through. And once you get to the overlooks, everyone understands why we came. We passed a few of the pink Jeep tours along the way, and I hopped out a few times to hike around and grab some shots. Honestly, one of the most scenic parts of the entire trip. After finishing the trail, we headed north to Flagstaff. One of the coolest parts of Arizona is how quickly the landscape changes. In a short drive, you go from desert red rock country to tall pines and mountain air. It feels like a completely different world. That night, we checked into Little America Flagstaff for our final stay of the trip. And right away, this place had a completely different feel. Classic mountain lodge atmosphere, surrounded by towering pines, peaceful and quiet. Our room was spacious, comfortable, and exactly what we needed after a full day. They also gave us a nice little treat for our kids when we arrived, which they absolutely loved. Small gestures like that always stand out. The property itself offers a lot more than we had time to fully enjoy. Walking paths through the trees, beautiful grounds, gathering spaces, heated pools, and the kind of setting where you could easily stay an extra day or two. Unfortunately, we were only there for one night before the long ride home. We ate dinner at the hotel restaurant that night. I had the duck quesadilla. My wife ordered chips, salsa, and guacamole. The guac tasted like it had been frozen and wasn't fresh, but to their credit, they made it right immediately and replaced it with queso at no charge. That kind of customer service always matters. The next morning, we packed up and started the 12-hour drive home. After days of moving, exploring, and making memories, it was time to point the expedition east. We made a quick stop in San John, a place we found last year during an overland trip. It was the perfect place to let our 4-year-old stretch her legs, play on the playground, and reset for the final push. Sometimes those short stops make the biggest difference on a long travel day. We finally pulled in around 1:30 in the morning, tired, road-worn, and completely full of memories. From Sedona views to off-road trails, family stops, great food, and one final push home, Day 5 and beyond was everything a road trip should be. Adventure, unpredictability, and moments you'll talk about long after it's over. This is Midnight Maverick. Roam beyond limits.
Okay, let's go.